And welcome to our 5-on-5 feature interview segment. Today we're joined with Kristine, Allison, who's the head of, well, you're the chief of Central Point Police Department.
Yes.
And you guys have this VIPS program, or the Volunteer in Police Services program.
Yes, we do.
So tell me a little bit about VIPs.
So our Volunteer in Policing program is a group of individuals that have volunteered to work with our officers and our employees at the department.
Okay, very cool. And talk to me a little bit about why this is so important, or you know, why have something like this in Central Point?
Well, I think it's very important to have something like this in the community and in our police department. One, it makes us transparent to the community and it gives people a chance to see what we do as police officers. Second, what I think is important is it gives our officers a chance to work and interact with our citizens and our volunteers on a very active and positive note.
What would you have to know, or what do you have to learn in order to become a member of this VIPs?
So you don't have to know or learn anything. You just have to come in and want to be a volunteer with us. We have different volunteers who have specialties in every different area. Such as, I have one volunteer who was a mechanic, and so he has really started to do a lot more items with our police fleet. So that's just one area. But we have just a variety of different types of specialties that our volunteers do.
Talk to me a little bit more about that. What could you expect if you were to sign up and say, hey, you know, I just want to help out?
So what that looks like is that we do an interview process for our volunteers. They submit an application, and then they go through a process where they meet the chief and they meet our volunteer coordinator. After that, after the background process, then they go through training and they do a short volunteer academy with the department.
What have you heard from people who have done this? Do they enjoy it?
Oh, they love it. They really do. I think it's probably the best program that we've seen come through our doors.
Fantastic. And this is Chief of Police Kristine Allison with the Central Point Police Department. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to our 5-on-5 feature interview. We have Chief of Police Kristine Allison for the Central Point Police Department here today, talking about a volunteer program that the police department uses that really anybody can be involved in. Is that correct?
Yes, if they go through the process, yes.
So tell me a little bit again more about the screening process. You know, anybody who can't be a part of this?
Well, again, we go through a background application process, but again, we want anyone who's wanting to be part of our police department. And so there are some criteria, but we have people from a vast background.
How many people do you guys have doing this right now?
We have 28 volunteers at this point.
And what kind of a savings does that give to the city?
It's not measurable. I mean, it is. We have such a savings to the city. What I can tell you is if you look at the volunteer hours, we are nearing the $1 million mark that our volunteers have given to the police department and the city of Central Point.
Incredible. And how many years has this been around for?
We started our volunteer program in 2006.
Okay. And you mentioned this a little bit before, but what have you heard from the people who have volunteered for the police department? How do they react to this? Do you have people who've been a part of this since 2006?
We do.
Like it so much?
We do. We have charter members, and you know they come and they're very excited to be with us. But I will tell you, we're honored that they want to be with us. And I mean, it's something that you can't really explain, to know that people want to come and volunteer where you work.
What do you think that the public gains by seeing, you know, members of their community, you know, go out and be part of the police force and help you guys out?
Well, I think that they gain a lot. I mean, they see that not only is this is their police department, and when they see people in their community who are volunteering with us, that allows them to interact.
Okay, it kind of bridges the gap.
Yes.
Okay. So where could somebody go if they say wanted some more information about this? Can they just stop by? Do you have a website?
We have a website, so they can contact us at the City of Central Point website, but they can also come in and get a tour of our police department and talk with our volunteer coordinators if they're interested in our program.
And lastly, if you were going to say something to somebody at home right now who this might be piquing their interest, but they're kind of on the fence about it, why might you recommend something like this?
Well, what I would do is I would recommend, if someone who wants to give back to their community, to come down to see what we're about. We'd love to have them.
All right. Chief of Police for Central Point, Kristine Allison, joined us today. Thank you so much for coming and being with us.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back.